Hi Best Buds, it's Cathy with Cathy's Garden, and I'm so happy that you've joined me today. Today we're going to be having a flip through of this, and then we're going to start our process video. We're going to make one just like this in the blue colors. This is featuring Chapter 1 Paper's newest digital kit. I entitled this project Large File Folder Pocket. It's an organizer. It's a gift. It's a desk caddy. There are so many things that you can do with this, but first let's have our shout out to Jeanette, Brittany, Kelly, Paula, and Lacey. I appreciate each and every one of you. So this kit right here is entitled Antique Patterns Pink Junk Journal Paper Kit. I have a coupon for 20% off down below if you're interested in grabbing yourself one of these beautiful digital kits. The one that we're going to be making together, we're going to use the one that the kit is entitled Antique Patterns Blue Junk Journal Papers Kit. And I'll show you what those papers look like in just a second. Let's look at this. So I have used my sewing machine for this project, and I have got a file folder and I've coffee dyed it. Then I sewed around the edge. I put some lace on it. I put some sari silk from Crimson Heart Studios. You guys, did you know that she has these beautiful beads? And that's where those beads came from. I'll link her shop down below. There's a nice little key right here. I've got a belly band with a fancy wax seal, and in our process video I'll show you how I made that. Right over here we've got a glassine bag that you open it up like this, and then you have a pocket right here that you can add whatever it is that you would like to store inside, and it's closed with a little piece of sari silk. We've got a journaling card that pops in right behind that glassine bag with a little bit of lace and a button on the top. I've got some nice buttons down here with some packing paper ruffle. Over here with our belly band, we've got a piece from the kit with a little tiny rose gold paper clip that you can journal on right there like that. I just put the paper clip on because I think they're so very cute, and I just wanted to use it. Basically, it's not really doing much of anything. It's just showing itself out. And then, of course, inside we have a nice pocket. It is gusseted on the side. On the back, we have another beautiful print from that kit. Oh, I think this is gorgeous. Wouldn't someone love to receive this as a gift? Maybe they have a desk in which they can display it there at work, even at home on your crafter's desk. You could use it to organize. You could send it out in Happy Mail. Man, that would make somebody happy. There's so many things that you can do with it, but let's get started. So the first thing that we're going to want to do is we'll want to get our file folder. I'm grabbing one over here. You're going to just need one. As I said, we're going to do a process video, and that basically means we're going to start from the beginning, and I'm going to take you through the whole process. I have my coffee slurry right here and my broken beautiful teacup that I just adore it, so I keep it even though it has a chip in it. And we're going to use our foam brush, at least I am. I love using my foam brush. I'm just getting it so it will accept the coffee, and we're going to paint our coffee slurry. Now, the coffee slurry, I've got quite a few videos about dyeing paper. The slurry is from Instant Coffee. I like to take different brands because when you go to the store, you can look at all the different brands of instant coffee, and you can see that they are different colors. So I like to purchase an assortment and mix them together, and then you just mix them until you get a color of coffee that you like. That's all there is to it, you guys. It's not hard. And I do like to paint my coffee slurry onto my papers. I don't dunk anymore. I used to. I find that that just rips more papers than it doesn't. And I don't dry it in the oven. I just waste too much energy and heats my house up way too much. I either air dry it outside, inside. I lay it around places if I need to dry it overnight. So there's lots of ways that you can dry it. You can set yourself up a clothesline. You can dry it on a clothesline. So however you get it dried, you could use a hair dryer. Now I have done that a pinch. If I needed something quickly, I have used a hair dryer. All right, so that's all we need to do right there. We need to coffee dye a file folder. We've done that. Check that off the list. The next thing we need to do is, I need to set this somewhere. I'm going to set it right over there. We need to coffee dye that little, here, let me pull it in again. Right here. This right here. It's a glassine bag, and we need to coffee dye one. So let's do that. Let's just put our coffee slurry right on. Now, without my mat, I can't really tell you what size this is. I could grab I'm not sure about having this mat full time. I'm going to give it a try. I'm trying to dig out a ruler. We're going to give it a try and see if it's going to work for me or not. This is approximately 4 inches, including the flap. It's 5, so about 4 by 5. Something close to that will work just perfectly. And I let it wrinkle up. It just gives it texture. And don't try to open it now. We'll open it when it finishes drying. I'm going to clean this up because I think that's all we coffee dyed, and we'll continue on our process video. All right, so we have our file folder, and it's completely dry, and our glassine bag that we coffee dyed is completely dry. Let's bring in some papers. So over here, I have some papers from the kit. Now this is from the blue kit. They are absolutely gorgeous. Each and every one of them. There'll be duplicates here because I wanted to print out enough to show you and then to work with, because there's some things that we're going to be needing to do to these beautiful papers to get them ready. Yeah, there's quite a few of these I printed off. This one's different. Goodness gracious, so gorgeous. I still need to bring up my stuff. Still getting used to this mat, guys. Ready? They're absolutely breathtakingly gorgeous. Now this is what I have left over from the pink kit that I was working on, that I made the example from. Absolutely gorgeous. All right, I'm going to set the pink kit over here, because what we need to do is we need to decide what's going to be on our cover. So bringing this in, you can see that we can see this page right here. We need to decide on what print we want for here and what print we want for the back. We do need to decide that. So let's go back through this and let's talk about this. So we've got these. I'm bringing in some things that we've got here. Trying to get them all in here. This is not all of the kit, you guys. There is a lot more to this kit. I just printed off a few that I thought might work for this project. Well, they would all work for the project. But let's just face it, I picked the ones out that I wanted to see if we could make into our project. I was thinking these two. Now there's this one that's beautiful too, and the reason why I didn't choose that is right here we have got a belly band and we've got some papers here. I wanted this belly band to stick out, and if I went with something that was too awful busy, I'll need to be working with things like this strip right here. That could be our belly band. Well, we could use it with that. There's a belly band here in this strip, or what I'm calling a belly band is just a stripe. That kind of blends in a little bit too much. There is this one here. I really liked that one. That was nice and wide. These are kind of thin, although, what am I talking about? It's thicker than that right there. It could be any size you want. It doesn't even have to be that. You could cut a strip of this out and use it for the belly band right here. All right, so let's get back to deciding. I am thinking that I want these two. Now let's look at it on here, and then we'll need to decide what's going to be the front and what's going to be the back. I'm still not sure of which one. I'm going to bring in my little rip ruler, my tear ruler. Now, we made this together a long time ago. If you don't have a tear ruler and you would like to make one that's inexpensive, it'll cost you the cost of a plastic ruler, then pop on over to my playlist and you can find where we made, I think I made 2 videos, how I made this. So I'm going to tear this, and this is exactly how I would start. Is I do have a border on my printer, and if you do or if you don't, you still are going to need to rip the edges of your page if you're doing it the way I'm doing it. Otherwise, take it to your paper trimmer and just trim it off, right? But I'm kind of going for that look, and that look is just kind of rough. I've got my frayed burlap right here. I've got my sponge, and I'm going to ink this up just like this, and I'm going to go just a little bit here and there on the paper itself, just to bring in some of that color and the look that I'm going for. I know they call it grunge. I don't like that name. I don't think it looks grungy at all, but that's what they call it. They call it grunge. I call it vintage. So I don't know. You call it whatever you want. But I do like it. I really do like it. And so as you can see, I'm just running my sponge across my papers and giving it a little color, and then adding just a little here and there. Now I'm going to do that exact thing to my other piece of paper that we've decided to use. So I'm going to do that right now, and then I'll be right back. I have both of my papers all inked up and torn on the edges. All right, so now let's talk about what do we want to cover our little glassine envelope with. Inside, I covered, let's see, let me look and see exactly what I did in here. Yeah, oh, there is something in here. I need to put a little tab on it so we can get it out. I've glued it shut. I've glued it in there. There we go. There we are. There's a little journaling card inside. All right, so I was trying to look to see. I just put a solid piece back behind, but I put something in so you don't see what I'm putting into there. You see what's on the outside, and as you can see, there's some pretty print around that, and that's the same print that I used for this part right here. So looking in our pieces here we are. This is where we can get our card that can go inside and our piece that's going to be showing through our glassine pocket. Let's look at this for a second, because this print that's right here is going to be what is going to be showing through here and as well on the outside here. So let's look at our prints. Would our front cover work better with this one or this one? I think this one. I think it'll make it pop more. And not that this doesn't go with it. Every page in this kit goes together. But I'm looking for something that pops with putting things together so they come alive, get vibrant, become vibrant. So looking at this, if I trim this to be maybe something like this, we can put that inside, and then let me get my pencil. Let's line this up a little bit. Line it up. I have nothing to line it up with. I don't know, guys. I'm kind of lost without my my grid. But we're gonna see how we do without a grid mat. I really bought this only to have for, you know, ironing and stuff. But when I saw how pretty the camera picks up everything that we're working on, it's like, well, maybe I just need to use it all the time, because it really, really makes it pop. And I think it just enhances the quality of the picture. And that's really what it's all about, because you're watching the picture, so if the picture is good, then you'll enjoy it better, I think. At least that's my thought on it. Alrighty, so we've got that cut out. Now let's see, I know we're going to have to cut some more off of it to get this inside. Oh, for heaven's sake, I thought we did, but we don't. Now, yeah, a little bit, because it's making it wobble. It's wobbling a little bit. Alrighty, let's put it in our guillotine. I can see it's crooked right there. Let's see if we can even this up. Maybe that was the problem, causing it to, yep, that was it. Oh, it wiggles just a little bit. So let's just barely shave a little bit off this side. Like that. And now let's check it out. Oh, much, much better. Now, how do we like that? I think that looks pretty good. Let's bring in our example that we're looking at. Yeah, it does exactly the same thing. Shows a little bit of color, not so much on one side and more on the other. Actually, this is more even. And I did put it in this way. Yeah. Okay. I think let's go ahead and glue this in. So I glued it in, and then I cut it right across the top, not cutting the flap. So I think just cutting it right there will be perfect. And then we'll glue it in. So cutting along this flap right here, and then we'll glue it in. So let's do that. Let's bring in our art glitter glue, moving everything off the table so we don't accidentally get glue on something we shouldn't. I'm using art glitter glue, and I'm going to place a little bit of glue on my piece here. I don't need a whole lot on it, just enough to get it to grab a hold. Hopefully it doesn't grab a hold before I get it in there. Opening up my glassine bag the best I can, kind of curling it a little bit, just pushing it down. I'm trying to do it quickly so it doesn't get stuck on something. I got it in there pretty nicely. But I do need to cut the top off a little bit more, holding it back on its own fold line. I am going to, well, I don't have to trim it back that much. Okay, I'm going to get my scissors in here and try my best not to cut the flap. Okay. Perfect. Now let's see how that looks. Yeah. I like that. Let's do a little bit of inking and then doing the final glue down there at the top, because I didn't put any glue right there at the top, because I knew I needed to maybe check to see if I needed to cut a little bit more off, adding a little bit more glue right there at the top, and just pressing it down. All right, we need to add the glue on this side. There we go. Okay, so our paper is glued inside like that. The next thing we want to do is we need to cover this back flap. So when we have it closed like this, because that's how it's going to be, it's going to close like this, we need to get some more of that pretty paper that is on the side right here. Here we are. And let's see what I know we're going to need this for, well, I don't know. It's not quite as big as this one. This one's a lot bigger. We could use this one. I don't think I printed off any other. I'm getting way too much going on here. There's our back. I'm looking for any more of the documents. There's some documents. There's a document there. Quite a few of those. There's a different document here. I'm looking for something that can be for our journaling card. We don't have to have something like this. We could have maybe something like this right here. Well, that'd be nice. That'd be nice. You could journal down below. Or we could use a printed piece. We could use this. That would be pretty too, because it's going on. There's so many pieces. It's going on this paper right here. So, oh, that's beautiful together. All right, let's make our journaling card out of this. I think what I want to do is, I don't want to lose that. I want to make sure I remember that that's what I want to do. So I'm going to pin that to it. We're going back to our glassine envelope with that knowledge that we know that we're not using this for the journaling card. Let's talk about putting our paper on here so that we can have our flap. That's going to work. Okay, I'm going to cut this off. I hope I'm not just confusing everyone. I'm cutting this off. I'm going to cut this off. What I want is I want this part right here to show up right here. And to get that, I'm going to turn this upside down. I'm lifting it up because I can see with the way the light's coming in. I need to glue it right here. So where this fold is, that's where I need to glue it across. I can glue that flap down, and then when we cut it out, it'll have that pretty piece. All right, so I'm hoping you followed me on that. I'm just going to glue, we don't need to put the paper on all of it, just enough to have it have a nice cover over our fold. So laying it down just like that and gluing our piece on to that side of the glassine bag. I need to wipe that out. Here. Get that wiped out. Okay. Let's trim this out right here like this. Okay. Trimming that out. Need to get it a little closer. Okay. I need to let that dry, but see, it's going to have that beautiful print. That's just exactly what we want. All right, so the next thing is, let me look over here in my pile. I have these tags. I actually bought them. They actually came with my key because Oopsie, I just dropped some things. This key right here came with, in a pack of lots of keys, with a tag, like tags like this. I don't know, I bought them somewhere. And I'm going to use one of those, and I'm going to fold it in half, and I'm going to put it underneath the glassine bag. We're also going to need to make something similar to be sturdy. This is 2 layers thick, so that it will be able to be pulled together. We can pull these 2 pieces together and tie it. Okay. So back to our little piece. I've got to pick this stuff up off the floor right here. Back to this piece. This is what we're going to be needing for the pull. We can make it something else though, because I really don't know. Let me look at this again. Yeah, it was the same, but it had a little white on the top of this one. Maybe we would like to add something else besides this print. A little, I don't know, something else. We've got this. We have so many things that we can choose from. Now, we're making our tag out of this one. Glad I paper clipped that on there. I'm looking at some of the other pieces. Ooh, that's pretty. That's really sweet. Oh, they're all so sweet. I love each and every one of them. There's that we're using for the front. We could use that to blend it all, pull it all together. We could. Now, oh, here, let's see about this one. There's this one. Yeah, I really like this. I'm not sure that there's enough print. I think that's too close to that one. I'm not sure that there's enough, the print here is close enough, but it's close enough here, and it will go with our theme, because this is going to be this, and then the glassine bag will be on top, and we'll have our flap here, and then if we accent it with this on top of this. I think that's what we're going to do. So let's get that going here. Move this out of the way. What time is it? Okay, let's cut into this to where we get to the print, because that's what I'm wanting. I'm wanting the print. And this is going to be folded in half. It's going to be folded in half. Is this, can we fold this yet? Okay, that helps in visualizing if we can fold it. I was waiting for it to dry. You know how I am about waiting for stuff to dry. This goes wonky on me if I don't. Okay, just adding a little color. All right, that's gorgeous. Now, that's going to go on top of this page here. This is our front. And then we're going to add a little bit of this right here. And this is going on the bottom. How about if we just cover this? And let's just cover this with this paper. Yeah. You won't need it all. We'll have to trim it to fit, but that's okay. You're not seeing what I'm doing. Here we go. I'm gluing that on. I have another one of those. You're going to need 2. So we need one for the bottom. So this is going to be for the top. So I have to trim this out. All right. We can put a hole in it in just a little bit. We don't have to worry about that. That's what we're using for our glassine bag. So I'm just going to paper clip this to keep this together. I can grab a paper clip. I was lucky I didn't accidentally shut my video off. because my book fell on my mouse. Oh, for heaven's sakes, everything I grab is all cobbled up. Okay, that goes with that. And throw these papers away. We know what we're making for this, so what I'm going to do is this goes inside of here. I'm going to cut this out from this paper right here. Cut same size out. I'm going to back it on some file folder. That's what that's backed on. I am going to sew around. I'm going to add this lace. Don't you think this vintage lace is gorgeous? So I'm going to add this vintage lace onto the top of this tag, this paper. Oh, that's beautiful. And then I'm going to, now let's look at this. I have sewed around the base paper. That's going to be this. So I just took it just like this, and I sewed around it. I took the back, that's what we're going to use for the back, and I sewed around it as well. Then I took my file folder, and I opened it up, and I sewed around it all the way around, all the way around, all the way around, a couple of times. Okay, and that's what gave it this look that we have going on right here. That's what gave it all that look. And I am using black thread. And then in our next video, after I do that, we'll be able to glue it down, glue on our glassine envelope. I think we might even be able to finish it. Put our belly band in, our little card, and the sari silk with the jewels and the buttons. I'll have to look through my buttons and see what's going to go. I think we will be able to finish it in tomorrow's video. Now tomorrow is Cathy's Sewing Happiness video, and it might be a little bit of a longer video because we've got this process video going on, but I think it'll be perfect, right guys? It'll be absolute. Oh, we got to put our gussets in our file folder as well. We can't forget to do that. Oh, I'm excited. I think this is going to be so much fun making this with you in a process video. If you've enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. I invite you to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video. I'll see you there, guys. Bye now.